Hello and welcome to today's meeting. My name is William Rapp, owner and founder of exclusiveannuities.com. And today I am more than happy once again to bring another valuable video educational material and content to you today to further discuss how an index annuity can fit in your retirement portfolio. Here at Exclusive Annuities, we are licensed in all 50 states and we are contracted with every single annuity carrier in the nation. You can always go to our website. It's exclusiveannuities.com, where we specialize in finding the highest contractual guaranteed payments and annuities for you on the current marketplace. Today is July 29th, 2024. And my name is William, president and founder of exclusiveannuities.com. Feel free to schedule a call anytime. Today, we're going to be discussing the Athene Performance Elite Accumulation Series. We'll be going over all of the different products, concepts, and accumulation functions and crediting methods that occur in this policy and provide valuable insight to you on how it could potentially fit in your portfolio. Again, all of the products that we would show have zero market risk, zero market exposure. And we're going to go through Athene Performance Elite Series today. Again, my name is William Rapp, and you can always schedule a strategy session with us here right on our website, exclusiveannuities.com. You can just press speak to an advisor, or you can go right down here and say speak to William. It will bring you right to my calendar where you can schedule in a time and book a free strategy session and get personal overview and guidance on a customized report for your retirement portfolio. You can also go to our YouTube. Please like, subscribe, and share our content. Our YouTube is right here, right? You can go right to the video checklist, go through all of our different product overviews, concept overviews, a lot of good material on these videos. We have plenty of different concepts that we go over, many companies that we go over. Does an index annuity fit in your portfolio? The annuity intake process. Here's another Athene product training that I did as well for my agency, and many other companies, products, concepts, and designs right at your disposal. So that's exclusiveannuities.com. Go right to the bottom right, click on our YouTube channel, like, subscribe, share. And today what we'll be doing is going over the Athene Performance Elite Series. This is an accumulation product. We're very particular about who we choose for accumulation. Here at Exclusive Annuities, we do believe that Athene does have very strong index allocations, very strong accumulation index annuities with no risk. And Athene also just got bumped up to A+ with the AM Best, actually just a couple weeks ago here. So more than happy to bring this information to you guys today. Like I said, if you need to schedule a session, make sure you go to exclusiveannuities.com. You can book with me or the vice president, executive vice president Brady at any time. And we'd be more than happy to help you. So first and foremost, we're going to go over to the Performance Elite product brochure. This is an A+ rated company, and there's a lot of good features in these fixed index annuities that you can really count on during your retirement journey. These products have guarantees in them, contractual guarantees that make sure that your principal is protected by all means necessary. You are not exposed to downside risk in the market. You only have upside potential. Anything that you gain from an accumulation standpoint is tax deferred. You have growth potential. Some of these products in the Performance Elite product arsenal have a premium bonus. You're protected from downside risk. You can have income that comes out of these accounts optionally, and you always have your accumulated value as your death benefit starting on day one. So these products do protect and grow your retirement nest egg. I won't get too much into the client brochure because I'm going to go right into the actual illustration software And we're going to design these policies for you from A to Z and show you exactly how they can fit in your portfolio and how they work from an A to Z standpoint. So, first and foremost, what I would like to do is pull the illustration software right up on the Athene website, the Athene agent customized portal here, where you can customize reports for clients. And I'm going to jump right into it. So the Performance Elite series with Athene comes in a couple different categories, right? So you have your 7-year Performance Elite, that's called the Performance Elite 7. You have your 10-year Performance Elite base version. So there's a Performance Elite base, then there's a Performance Elite 10 plus version. So I'm going to start on the plus version, the 10-year chassis, and I'm going to do it off a 55-year-old male. I'm going to use the state of New Jersey. I'm going to use non-qualified funds. And I'm going to go over here to policy details. Now, Athene does have other products here that you can see, but today I'll be going over the Performance Elite series, these two specifically. These are the accumulation annuities that Athene has, right? And you can refer back to the YouTube to my other Athene training where I do trainings on all of these products. But today's going to be purely around accumulation in the Performance Elite series, okay? So I'm going to start off with the Performance Elite 10. I'm going to use a premium of 500,000. And the first thing I'd like to discuss is, the ins and outs of the policy. So first, we're going to start with the 500,000. And first and foremost, these are the allocations that you can choose from a point-to-point crediting method with Athene. So you can use 2-year point-to-point strategies, or you can use 1-year point-to-point strategies, right? You can optionally choose ones with a charge, and you can optionally choose ones without a charge. Okay, we tend to steer away from the 2-year strategies, and we also tend to steer away from the strategies with allocation charges, just because the allocations on a 1-year basis with no charge allows you to get a credit to your principal every year. So once your contract is issued, say that's on July 29th of 2024, on July 29th of 2025, whatever that index did from point A to point B on a 12-month basis is what, in fact, you would get back as a principal credit to your account, and your principal would go up, okay? And once you lock in that new principal, your principal can never go down from there, you know, aside from you taking withdrawals and things of that nature. So the strategies that we like to exercise here with the Performance Elite 10, right? Again, this is the Performance Elite 10 Plus and the Performance Elite Base version. So there's a simple version of the Performance Elite. Then there's a plus version of the Performance Elite. It looks like here I am on the Performance Elite 10 Base. So I will discuss this one first. So this product is very straightforward. What we're really aiming for in this contract is the crediting potential inside the allocations. We have the 1-year point-to-point AI-powered Global Opportunities Index, that's also known as the IGO. We also have the 1-year point-to-point U.S. Equity Index, that's called the APEX. We have the 1-year BNP Paribas Multi-Asset Diversified Market Volatility 5% Control Indice, right? So these are market volatility control indices, right? They're blended in the economy through the equities market and other sectors in the economy as well. And you can blend your portfolio inside of these allocations as you see fit. So this one in particular, the NASDAQ FC, also known as the BOF AN FCC index, this in fact was the highest performing index in the annuity market in 2023. This index, for example, if we go to the index report over here for last year, right? and we go down to the NASDAQ FC for the 2023 index report, you'll see that this NASDAQ FC index returned 17.37% last year, and that is in 2023, and that's actual data. So we argue that that is the best allocation as of right now based on last year's data in the index annuity market, and Athene has proprietary access to that allocation in this Performance Elite series. So the 1 year point to point NASDAQ FC, very strong proposal there from Athene. We also have the 1 year S&P FC. We have the 1 year UBS Innovative Balanced Index. And then we have the pure S&P 500 index. And then you also have a fixed allocation that you can allocate to as well on a year-to-year basis. So just to keep things simple, I am going to use the 1 year strategies and blend them into the illustration. Again, this is the Performance Elite 10 base product, right? So typically what I would like to do is I would like to blend these accordingly, which diversification is key, blending allocations over the broad scale in these particular annuities is strong. I'd like to put the NASDAQ FC at 30%, right? Well, let's just put everything at 20%. So I'll put these three at 20%, right? I like the UBS IBAL at 20%. And then I also like that S&P allocation at 20% as well. So diversifying your blend in the allocation itself, we can always change these year to year on the annual review with you. Here, if you shop with Exclusive Annuities, we're sending index reports and we are monitoring your indexes for you. And when your anniversary approaches, we give you a call, right? And if it's time to reallocate and move the bucket around, we do that for you. We do that with all of our clients on a year-to-year basis. Make sure that you're getting the most out of the annuity and there's no fee for that. And that's how we blend in the indexes throughout the allocation. So on a 10-year, right? Like I said, this comes in a 7 and a 10-year chassis. I did it off 500,000. It is a single premium annuity. So you can't put more money into it as you go. You have to do all the planning up front. The index allocations with a charge allows you to get a little extra participation. The 2-year strategies as well do the same thing. But for this recording, we're going to just do the 1 year point to points. We believe that's how we like to do the allocations. That way we can monitor the returns on a shorter duration. Now with the Performance Elite 10 base product, you have 5% free withdrawals in the policy with no fee. And it's 5% free withdrawals start on year 2. So it's a no fee product. You also have, depending on your state, you also have what's called a premium bonus up front. So here on the product guide, you can see the Performance Elite 10, right? You can see what your premium bonus would be based on the state that you're in. So on the plus version, there is a bigger bonus. I'm going to jump into the differences between the plus and the base here in a moment. But the base version does come with an upfront bonus depending on your state, right? So in the state of New Jersey, where we're doing the illustration in, it's an 11% premium bonus up front, 5% free withdrawals in the policy, starting on year 2, no fees other than that, right? And here are the crediting rates, right? Which I'll get into on the illustration here in a second. This is a 10-year contract. The minimum is 10,000. The maximum is 1 million. We can get larger cases approved on a company level, right? And I'd also like to show you the terminal illness waiver. You can get up to 100% of your annuity's accumulated value back if the annuitant is diagnosed with a terminal illness that's expected to result in a death within 1 year, right? Confinement waiver. Not available in California and Massachusetts, but after the first contract year, you can withdraw up to 100% of your annuity's accumulated value if the annuitant is confined to a qualified nursing home or facility for at least 60 consecutive days and meets the eligible requirements, meaning you could take out your accumulated value. Death benefit would be your account value, right? And these right here are going to be relevant to the Performance Elite 10 Plus. I'll get there in a second. The enhanced free withdrawal provision on the Plus version comes with 10% free withdrawals first year, 20% if you skip a year. You also have a return of premium on the Plus version, which means after the fourth contract year, if things change and you want to take your money back, Athene will at least guarantee that your surrender value is equal to the premium that you paid in. That only comes with the Plus version, right? And you do pay a fee for that, which is 0.95% of your accumulated value each year for the extra liquidity, right? And the bigger bonus up front. Some states up to 18% of their deposit gets an 18% bonus. Other than that, the product's the same between the base and the plus. Now, the plus, like I said, to make it very simple, comes with a bigger bonus, right? Comes with more liquidity, 10% free withdrawals every year starting on year one. And then 20% if you skip a year. It does not compound after that. And you do pay a 0.95% rider charge fee for that particular feature or features with the Plus version, where the base, Performance Elite 10 base, very simple and straightforward. It's only 12% or 11% bonus depending on your state. There's no fees, and there's 5% free withdrawal provisions inside the contract. So that's the main difference that we would look at, with the Plus and the base version. If you think about it this way as well, when you do take the Plus version, 9 times out of 10, right, the fee is irrelevant because the bonus that you get up front is usually big enough that even if we got no growth in the policy, that you would still end up with more principal in your account than what you put in, even with the fee coming out. So that's the benefit of taking the Plus version. It's just really about how you interpret that, right? But today, for this portion of the video, we're just going to go over the Plus, the base version. So again, guarantees, no loss potential, growth potential, premium bonus up front, protection from downside risk. All the gains are tax deferred. You can turn this into a form of income. And you do have a death benefit with most annuities skips past probate as well when someone passes away, right? You do see the current rates here. We have a 55-year-old male in the state of New Jersey. It's a non-qualified account with $500,000 going in. You see the participation rates blended, 20% in each bucket. Now the S&P 500 has a 7% cap on that allocation with 100% participation. And the other proprietary indexes do have strong participation rates, right? For example, that BOF NASDAQ, 92% participation on that allocation right now, which basically means last year, if it got 17% in credit earnings, you would have captured 92% of those earnings in this particular product because there's no cap on the upside, but there's 92% participation, right? So if it does 10%, you get 9.2. That's on any given year. The other proprietary indexes, the market volatility control indices, such as the BNP and the APAX, you can see those participation rates are 160 and 130 currently, which means if, just for simple math, if the BNP Paribas returns 10%, you would get a 16% return on that allocation. That's where the participation rates come into play. They times the actual credit based off how much you have allocated in that portion of that bucket against the participation rate, and that's what determines your annual credit, right? The S&P 500, 7% cap, right? 100% participation. It's a more volatile indice with S&P 500 like indices, you'll see that the cap is usually more popular amongst carriers. But these allocations are strong with Athene. The Apex, the BNP, the BOF, the UBS, and the SPX, all very strong allocations in our professional opinion here at Exclusive Annuities, right? You'll go down here and you will see the allocations from a broader scale. Again, same caps and participations, right? We chose the ones without a charge and the 2-year allocations as well, which on a strategy session with us, we'll go over your index options very thoroughly. And like I said, we pride ourselves in choosing those correct allocations for you based on the best performance that we could possibly allocate to inside any given annuity contract, whether it's the Athene proposal or it's a different company, different product. We're going to shop those highest contractual guarantees for you. And we're going to look at the index reports to make sure that we're placing you in the strongest possible contract. So with an 11% premium bonus here, right? This is the guaranteed ledger. So the guaranteed ledger on any annuity illustration is going to show you how would your policy look if we got negative or 0% returns all the way through for the entirety of the term. And as you see up here on the top right, this is an annual assumed interest rate of 0%. So this is the worst case scenario, this version of the illustration. And if we see if this were to play out accordingly on the guaranteed ledger, our principal, in fact, would stay there, right? It wouldn't move. You got a $55,000 premium bonus up front with the base, Performance Elite 10 base. It's an 11% bonus that's applied to your accumulated value day one. Now, you can't just start withdrawing it. It's vested into your surrender schedule over the 10-year period. But as far as the crediting that occurs, it applies to your crediting potential right away, which is why you see the account value on year one start at 555. Okay. So this is the guaranteed ledger. Now you put 500,000 in. Worst case scenario, we get no performance. I always tell clients, if that were to happen, you will be happy with having a product like this, right? Because that means everything else in the market, traditional investment accounts would look negative, where this, your principal is protected. So you can't lose there, right? And in fact, if that were to happen, you would actually end up with $555,000 as opposed to the 500 you put in. So, you know, this is the floor in a sense is 55 grand higher than what you had put into the policy. But that is as simple as you could put it, right? Whatever your account value is also what your death benefit is as well, right? And as you see, the minimum guaranteed contract value eventually becomes higher than your accumulated value if it just sits there, right? Which is another plus. Now, if we go down to the 10-year look back on this annuity, and these are suited for any age, right? 55, 65, 75, all the way up to, I believe, 83 years old or 85, you can enroll into the Performance Elite, right? But this is the 10-year look back. Now, this is hypothetical performance on a 10-year look back. So they take the last 10 years on the indexes that we chose, and then they project into the next 10 years how it would look if the indexes perform the same exact way, right? So you'll see here phenomenal account growth. It's always going to look good, right? You'll see the crediting that occurs from the 10-year look back to the projected 10 years ahead with the $55,000 bonus up front, right? You know, gets applied to your account. And like I said, with the Performance Elite 10 base product, it's very straightforward. There's no fees. There's 5% free withdrawals. There's an 11 or 12% bonus up front, depending on your state. And you can exercise this from a growth strategy for your safe money, safe income bucket. You know, so this is where we see very fitting for this particular product. It's pure accumulation with arguably some of the best indexes available in the FIA, fixed index annuity space. And we see fit here with Athene and exclusive annuities. They just got bumped up to AM Best A plus recently. And this is the base product. So it's very simple to understand. You just choose the proper allocations. It's 5% free withdrawals depending on your state. There's a bonus up front. You can also look at the 7% annual return scenario if you only got 7% all the way through. And 5% free withdrawals, no fees, A plus rated company. So that is the Performance Elite 10 base. Here is the most recent 10 years, the highest index scenario reflecting in the middle column, and then the lowest index scenario reflecting through a 10-year period at the last 20 years, right? Where the index had the lowest 10-year growth, right? So that's what's showing you the lowest, the highest, the most recent. And our clients are actually having really good results in this product, the ones that we've had in the product for X amount of years. This one of those concepts, I talk about this a lot on my videos, but products with a front-loaded bonus aren't always this advantageous on the crediting as far as participation rates. Here with Athene, it's a very proper blend between getting the upfront bonus and then also having very good rates, contractual guarantees as far as the zero protection, zero floor, and great crediting potential. And I showed you just a minute ago that NASDAQ FC was the highest performing index in the industry last year with Athene. So accumulation all day here with Athene Performance Elite. There's a few different ways you can structure the withdrawals, right? We can do interest only. We can do free withdrawals off the top, right? Which we like to do it this way too. Say we were going to exercise a free withdrawal of say 5%, and we were going to start that on year 3, all the way to year 20. This is how it would look from an income standpoint, on a non-guaranteed basis, because the withdrawals would be reflective of index performance. But if you want to protect your principal, by all means necessary, and just take income off the top, this is also another good strategy to consider. We are a little limited with the 5% free withdrawals on the base version, but you do see here that the account is growing. We're taking 5% free withdrawal provisions off interest off the top, not touching the principal, which is something we really like to execute here with exclusive annuities. We like to call it a flex account, also known as utility use and control of your asset, not trading your asset for income. There will be another video on the YouTube about whether you should go guaranteed lifetime income, whether you should go accumulation, right? Kind of identifying the particular need within a financial portfolio and making that adjustment, right? And this is one of the more popular strategies that we like to exercise, especially for our high net worth clients or clients with strong financial portfolios, right? Good liquidity in their portfolio, which is our recommendation always to protect your asset by all means necessary. Especially if you're also going into RMD, you can do the same concept there. You could just take your RMD as the free withdrawal, right? Preserve the asset. And on this hypothetical example, right, even on the 7-year, 7% return scenario, right? If you see up here on the top right, showing us if we got 7% growth all the way through, we put 500,000 in. We took withdrawals from from age 57 all the way to age 75. So we took a total of $659,000 in income here on the cumulative withdrawal column, but we still have $912,000 in the account when it's all said and done. So utility, use, and control of your asset itself. We'll go to the drawing board with you on that and figure out if, a guaranteed income rider would be appropriate for you. Sometimes there's other ways to create that income on a free withdrawal provision, such as this with Athene. So the next thing I'd like to discuss is just show you exactly how the Performance Elite Plus product works. It's the same product, it just has a plus on it, because the plus is going to give you the bigger bonus up front, like I mentioned. So typically anywhere from 16 to 18% on the plus, right? And it's going to allow you to withdraw 10% a year and 20% if you skip a year, right? With the same crediting rates, same participation rates, same caps. And to each his own. I like to show first and foremost the guaranteed ledger on the Performance Elite 10 Plus, right? The guaranteed ledger basically is going to show us 0% returns all the way through. Now your bonus is a little bigger on the plus. Like I said, typically most states it's anywhere from 16 to 18%. So that's an $80,000 bonus on a $500,000 premium. And you pay the fee of 0.95% on this policy for the extra free withdrawal provision, which allows you 10% a year free withdrawal access and 20% if you skip a year. And I like to highlight this because people say, hey, look at the fee in the contract. I personally just don't like to put clients in contracts that have fees that they don't know what the fee is for. Because if you get an annual statement and you see the fee come out, like, hey, William, what's the fee for? Well, the fee is to give you extra liquidity here. And if we go with the plus version, you'll basically see that even after the 10 years is up, with no growth all the way through at the top right, you'll see the 0% assumed rate. You still have more principal in there than what you put in, right? Even with the fee coming out. So $527,000 is what's left in the account, even after no growth, hypothetically or contractually, right? Depending on how you view that. On a 0% return scenario, fee comes out, you still have $527,000 in the account. So you just have to know what the fee does for you. You know, I prefer to place you with the one without the fee, but if you like and see value in having the fee for the extra liquidity, 10% free withdrawals a year, 20% if you skip a year. And then the next thing you pay for with the fee is that return of premium rider, right? So you see here on year 5, right after year 4, your cash surrender value is even to the money that you put in, right? So if you want to throw this contract away in 4 years and do something else with your money, the return of premium at least guarantees that it's a 10-year contract, but on year 5, after the 4th year, right, you will get your full principal back that you put in, right? Your full initial premium per se. So that's just another added feature in the Performance Elite 10 Plus. You have the return of premium rider, and then you have the bigger bonus, and you have more liquidity, which, if you need the liquidity, then sometimes it makes sense to have the fee. Again, this is Athene Annuity Powerhouse Accumulation Vehicle. Here you'll see the hypothetical 10-year return scenario. Looks great. Asset goes from 500,000 to $1 million on the illustration software, right? You'll also see down here on the 7% return scenario, we can customize this for whatever you want it to be. If you want to say, hey, what's just a 4% return look like? What's a 5% return look like? We can always do that. Customize the rate of return. Here's an average 7% all the way through. Again, it's hypothetical. It's not guaranteed to happen, but you'll see that the returns are as follows. So long story short, with the Performance Elite 10 Plus, you get the 10% free withdrawals, 20% if you skip a year, right? Bigger bonus up front, return of premium. And as far as the allocations and growth, it's the same as the base product. But that's the differences between the Performance Elite 10 Plus and the Performance Elite. Whichever way you slice it, they both make sense. It just really comes down to you understanding what that fee is, if it makes sense for you to have it, understanding that on the guaranteed ledger, you're typically not going to end up with less money with even the fee coming out on no returns, right? And here's the 10-year look back, highest returns, most recent, and lowest performance, right? And you'll see like examples here, right, where uh there is no growth in the policy this year, but the fee deducts, that's why it goes down. That can only happen in the plus, right? So if we have no growth in the policy for 1 or 2 years and the fee comes out, that's potentially when you can see the account go backwards, but you'll never go below the original principal that you had put in originally. So that's just one thing to understand and thoroughly know about the Performance Elite 10 base and plus. They're very straightforward products. One just comes with extra liquidity, one just comes with a return of premium, right? And that's basically how that works. You can do the same thing here. You have more flexible free withdrawals. So up here we can withdraw 5%, starting on year 3. Again, we'll just say 3 through 30. And you have more flexible free withdrawal provisions out of this account. Athene is also an RMD friendly company. So if you do go with the base and your RMD is more than 5%, they will not charge you for going over, right? Some companies are RMD friendly, some aren't. And here was how it would look, at least on the 10-year look back. On the 7-year return scenario, you have interest coming off as income, right? To age 80, you took 851,000 in income. You still have $884,000 in the account. Again, on a 7% return scenario. It's hypothetical to narrow down what the return will actually be. But like I mentioned, the allocations with Athene are strong allocations from our professional opinion here with exclusive annuities. So if you are interested or you want a customized report, just schedule a call on our website, exclusiveannuities.com. Make sure that you also check out the YouTube too. There's a bunch of product trainings on the YouTube, not just of Athene, many other companies and products. We get a lot of questions, a lot of second opinion calls, from clients as well. Suggesting for us to look at the annuity they were recommended. More additional questions on, you know, what what we uh what we would look to strategize for you in a retirement portfolio as far as the annuity is concerned. And 9 times out of 10, we can really help you. So again, exclusiveannuities.com. We're all over the place. Make sure that you like and subscribe, share our website. You can always go to our Facebook page as well, our Instagram, and you can schedule a call whenever you want just by going to the website, clicking speak with an advisor. It will bring you right to my calendar and we can book a time. As you see, I'm pretty booked up, but just choose your time zone, right? Pick a time, put in your first name, last name, phone number, email, and just add some notes. Hey, William, I was on the YouTube. Great content. I have a question about this and that, and we'd be more than happy to meet with you over Zoom and do customized reports and a full analysis with you. So back to Performance Elite. So we went over the Performance Elite 10 base. We understand that that's a bonusable product with good rates currently and no fees, 5% free withdrawal starting on year 2. The base version is very straightforward. The plus version is bigger bonus up front, 10% free withdrawal starting on year 1, 20% if you skip a year, return of premium, and more flexibility from a withdrawal provision standpoint. So Athene also has a 7-year chassis, right, on the Performance Elite, which is very interesting. We really like this product too. 500,000 going in, same concept, same allocations. I'll use the same allocations. I won't schedule any withdrawals. I just want you guys to see the difference between the Performance Elite 10 series and the Performance Elite 7 series. Now, the 7 comes with no upfront bonus. So there's no upfront bonus in the Performance Elite 7, right? And usually, like I have mentioned on a lot of my videos, when you do take no bonus up front, your caps and participation rates are slightly higher typically. So if we go down here to the rates, we'll see that NASDAQ FC index that we looked at prior on the 10-year version Performance Elite was a 92% participation rate. Here on the 7-year chassis, there's no upfront bonus, so your participation rate is in fact 120%, and your S&P 500 cap is 9.5%. And all the rates, as far as the Apex, the IGO, the BNP, they're all very much higher than the 10-year strategy, right? On a 1-year point-to-point basis, because that's what happens when you don't take a bonus. When you don't take a bonus, the rates are higher, typically. Really like this contract too. There's 10% free withdrawals in here. 10% free withdrawals, and matter of fact, they have 2 versions of this product. Let me scoot over to the Performance Elite 7. If you go with the Performance Elite 7, you would go with the base version. They do have a plus version of it, which comes with the bonus, but that's really not needed. Whenever you do the 7-year with Performance Elite, you're always going to do the base version. Comes with no fee, no bonus, right? Allocations are strong here as it's shown. Here is your guaranteed ledger. Worst thing that can happen is 5%, or excuse me, 500,000 just stays the same on the guaranteed illustration version. It's only a 7-year contract, not a 10-year contract here. So by year 7, you're out of the contract. You can reposition the asset at that time. On the 10-year look back, looks very similar, growth potential all the way through. And 10% free withdrawals, no fees here with the Performance Elite 7. And that's basically what it is. So this is another one of our strong proposals we like to use for people that aren't worried about the upfront bonus, need more of a short-term accumulation play. Performance Elite 7 is one of those products that we see very fit inside of the accumulation conversation with this particular product design. And that is basically what it is, you know. So 7% return scenario also looks good. And same concept as the Performance Elite 10 and plus, except there's no fees, 10% free withdrawals every year starting on year 1. And it's a good annuity. You know, it's a good fixed index annuity, honestly. You know, it's one of the stronger proposals on the market, just given the advantageous crediting that occurs in these index allocations. You know, we have brochures for every single allocation that we use with Athene, right? So we have the IGO index, which we can go through all of this with you on a strategy session, the AMAX, right? Proprietary indexes, daily risk control, right? That NASDAQ FC indexes, AI powered, you know, Athene Barclays, the BNP Paribas. So we can always send you these allocation brochures as well. Go through them thoroughly with you on a strategy session, really identify the proper fit inside of the allocation strategy itself. But today's training was really to just give you guys an overview on how the Performance Elite product arsenal works here with Athene. That was the Performance Elite 10, 10 plus, and the 7 version. That is the Performance Elite product arsenal, product outline with the Athene Performance Elite series. It was a pleasure to bring this to you today. If you guys have any questions, make sure that you schedule a free strategy session with me or one of my advisors in my firm, and we'd be more than happy to help you, guide you during your retirement journey here at exclusiveannuities.com. We specialize in safe money retirement solutions. We specialize in shopping the highest contractual guarantee products for you on the annuity market. And it's great to bring the value to you today. So if you guys have any questions, exclusiveannuities.com. Thank you for tuning in. Again, my name is William Rapp, president and founder of Exclusive Annuities. And make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. And I really appreciate you guys if you made it this far in the video. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this valuable comment. Shoot us an email, shoot us a text message. Let us know how you found it. Let us know how you liked the video. Give us a thumbs up on the video. Like, subscribe, share on Facebook and YouTube. And it was a pleasure serving you guys today. And I hope everyone has a good day or night depending on where you are in the United States. Have a good night, guys.